Should I really be concerned about being cursed? And is there any actual evidence that magic could be real? Thankfully, there are those who are studying the science of this phenomena. Founded 50 years ago by Apollo 14 astronaut Dr. Edgar Mitchell, the Institute of Noetic Sciences is one of the leading centers for the investigation into the power of human consciousness.
What we study are exceptional experiences, that's our euphemism, but that means mystical experience, psychic experience, and other kinds of transformative experiences.
What are the goals of the Institute of Noetic Sciences?
We have a working hypothesis that all minds are interconnected. And so part of the goal is to test ideas that would either confirm or deny that hypothesis. Mostly we end up confirming it. And of course, this is part of the esoteric traditions that go back as far as humanity goes. And we're trying to apply the tools of science to better understand what apparently the ancients knew quite well.
So I'm particularly interested in the idea of force of will magic. And does thought intention really affect the world around us?
So in the laboratory, that kind of experiment is thought about as a mind-matter interaction. Is the mind able to change something that is physically measurable at a distance? Well, the answer is yes. The largest single class of studies involve random physical systems. We're talking about electronic random number generators. So you ask somebody while the bits are being created to simply will more ones to come up or more zeros to come up. And so after 50 or more years of doing experiments as part of a laboratory test, that works. So we take all of that and we then address the question of, well, does force of will work? In the real world, I would say that affirmations, magic spells, and all the rest, they do work, but usually they don't work at anywhere near the same speed as what we see in a laboratory.
Traditional witchcraft practitioners believe their spellcrafting can affect the world around us. And now scientists are finding evidence that the human mind can affect digital systems in the lab. One of the largest experiments on the subject was conducted by the Global Consciousness Project. The group placed random number generators around densely populated cities to see if the thoughts and emotions of large groups of people could skew the machine's readings away from a 50-50 chance of being a 1 or a 0, especially during major world events. The data recorded on these machines around the events of September 11th showed significant deviations that for many suggests evidence of a unified field of human consciousness.
I've asked magical practitioners if they would in some way give me a negative spell, or could be a curse or a hex. What's the likelihood from some of your experience that whether I believe or not, I could still be affected in some way?
You could still be affected purely for psychological reasons. That once your unconscious has the notion that somebody's putting a curse on you, it could do serious damage. And that can push your physiology. It can do all kinds of interesting things. And if I found somebody who did want to harm using this method, I would walk away fast. Because what else are they thinking? I just don't want to be around people like that.